Now see this section of the placenta. Now this region we have discussed earlier, it is the chorionic plate, it is the fetal side due to the attachment of the umbilical cord, while this is the mother side, it is known as the basal plate. This is the basal plate and this is the chorionic plate. Now see the umbilical cord. This umbilical cord, initially there are two umbilical artery and two umbilical vein are present. First, at the beginning of the development. Here, these red structures represent the umbilical vein. Like the pulmonary vein, it carries the oxygenated blood from placenta to the fetus. See the direction and the red vein. Now these two blue structures, it represents the umbilical artery. That represent their function is similar like the pulmonary artery that carry the deoxygenated blood from the fetus to the placenta for the oxygenation. Means oxygenated blood go away from the placenta while the deoxygenated blood comes towards the placenta. Now as the development progress, the two umbilical artery remains throughout the development, while the right umbilical vein degenerate and disappears, and the umbilical cord has only one vein, that is the left umbilical vein. Means the umbilical cord has the two umbilical artery and one umbilical vein. It is frequently asked in the examination. Now this umbilical vein and the artery, when arrived towards the chorionic plate, they divides and these branches are the chorionic vessels. These chorionic vessels, now see these structures. This is the villi. It is the tertiary villi. In this diagram, we have seen the three villi, while the two villi are cut in this diagram and removed. So this villi undergoes branching pattern. The main stem, that is known as the truncus. The first branch, it is the ramus, and the branch from the first branch, it is the ramuli. So it is the truncus, ramus and the ramuli. It is the villi, and we know through this villi it is the fetal blood circulate. Now if you see the fetal circulation, this oxygenated blood carry away from the placenta by the umbilical vein to the fetus, while the deoxygenated blood carry by the umbilical artery through this villi. So this is the villi. Now see from the mother side this projection. We have discussed earlier, the fissure is occupied by the septa. This is the placental septa, these green like structures. Now you see this septa is radiating from the basal plate but not reach towards the chorionic plate. Means these intervillous space are communicating with each other through the gap between the lower free margin of the septa and the chorionic plate. So these are the septa. In this diagram, in this chart, we seen the 1, 2, 3, 4 and the 5 septa. These are the placental septa. Now the intervillous space. Now see this space where the villi has been removed. These represent the intervillous space. and we see this we have intervillous space is filled by the maternal blood. Now we are seeing this layer. This is the outermost myometrium and this is the decidua. Now this endometrial artery, these are known as the spiral artery that pierces this basal plate and drains their blood into this intervillous space. This is the oxygenated blood carried from the mother to the placenta, and the exchange between the mother and the fetal blood takes place through this membrane thin wall that forms the wall of the villi that we have discussed in previous class. So it is the spiral artery brings the oxygenated blood to this intervillous space. Initially, in the earlier above part, the pressure is high. This blood goes towards the chorionic plate. The pressure reduces, and this blood reverses back and drains into these blue structures. This is the endometrial veins. Means blood is come by the spiral artery and back into the endometrial vein. So this space in which these villi are present, it is the intervillous space. These arrow marks indicate the circulation of the mother blood in the placenta, while these arrow marks indicate the circulation of fetus in the placenta. Means one thing is clear, both the blood flow opposite to each other and exchange of material takes place through placental membrane. So this is the section of the placenta in which we have seen the various structures. Now if you see this outermost layer, it is the amnion. This is the amnion, and then it is the chorion, and then it is the decidua parietalis. Finally, after seeing the diagram, we have to understand it is the basal plate. It is the plate towards the mother side, and this is the chorionic plate, the plate towards the fetal side. Now the some important points, this intervillous space. This intervillous space that is derived from the lacunae of the syncytotrophoblast contains 150 ml of the blood. 150 ml of the blood is present in this space, and this blood is replaced 3 to 4 times per minute. Then, as the villi develop, it undergoes branching. The main stem, it is known as the truncus fori. It is the main stem. The branches that emerge from the main stem, it is the ramus. And the branches that arise from the ramus, it is the ramuli. So these are the names truncus, ramus, and the ramuli. Then these villi, that is known as the chorionic villi, that is projected from the fetal side to mother side. And these villi are also known as the anchoring villi. This is also known as the anchoring villi.